Hello and welcome to the Outlast Whistleblower tutorial. That image you just saw there is the character from the first Outlast video game that I'll be trying to recreate. I got my bald cap on and I'm going in with my glue stick to block out my brows just so that it doesn't rip out the hair when the latex gets in them. I'm covering the edges of the bald cap, making sure that my entire head is covered in, I'm just using napkins. I'm stretching this flesh tone stocking across the area where my eye's going to look like it's not there, but I wanted to give it a sort of area to breathe. And then I'm covering that again with tissue. After that's covered with tissue, I'm going in around my jawline and smoothing down the edges, creating a false bone structure there. Just rolled up piece of tissue, and then put on a hat. And I'm kidding. Get a coffee filter, and I just use this because it has a more like scarred look to it. And cover that all with brown cream paint, and then I'm pinching while it's still slightly damp. Brow bone there, and then just like it looks like they have like scarry kind of veins and stuff where the flesh is sewn together, so I'm trying to create that. I'm just like pinching areas higher to create ridges, and then I'm going in again with that brush and brown paint to create like a kind of like splattered dirt effect. The nose looks like it's non-existent, so I'm trying to flatten out my nose as much as possible, laying down strips of napkin, smoothing down the edges, going over with the coffee filter so it looks more scarred, and smoothing out the edges again, going over with the splattered dirt. And then I'm going in with a stipple sponge and some brown to make it look even more like you just rolled around in dirt. And then I'm using black food coloring on a really cheap little brush just to give like a kind of like soot effect, because these people do look like they were burned and scarred and all these sorts of lovely things from the first video game. I'm going in with my e.l.f. black eyeliner. It's a gel eyeliner, and I'm going in with a packing brush, and I'm creating shadows on both eyes. And then I rolled a piece of tissue into a long kind of like rope, and I laid it down, blended out the edges, put on some dirt, and then going in with that packing brush and creating the slit that you see from the reference image, and then the staples, and then to make it look like it's irritated and still kind of cut open, I'm going in with that red cream shade, and then I'm going in with red food coloring to look like dried blood. Laying that down the center, and then this cool trick I just discovered on a whim is a red lip gloss. Looks very wet and shiny and like fresh blood, and totally got the effect I wanted. I put that red cotton ball underneath my eye so it looks like an irritated eye. I laid down little bits for the teeth, and that's really all I did. So if you like this, and this is how it would look in night vision in the game, if you like this from the first game, keep your eyes peeled, subscribe so you're notified for when I do the Outlast 2 tutorial. I'm still searching around for a good reference image, but once I find it, it will be up. It is finals weeks here, so just be patient, and then once it's summer, you'll get consistent uploads. Stay classy, and like and share.